So I have 3 boards that are primarily about auctions, and the first, well, they're all a little bit curious. The first is this, what do we got, 9, 10, 11, 16-point hand with 6 clubs to the queen and ace, king, queen, 10 of diamonds. This is a hand that's very close to being able to reverse from clubs into diamonds. It's got that feel to it. You just wish the clubs were better. So anyways, we'll start with 1 club. And your partner has nothing to say over a spade. Now you just don't, the question is, do you want to give up the hand at this point? Do you want to give up the hand at this point? Or do you want to make them bid? Do you want to force them up one? Right? Now this is the classic conundrum, when to bid one more. Right? Now playing match points, you very rarely, if ever, want to let them play at the 2 level, especially in a major. Or, I take that back. You rarely want them to play at the 2 level. Right? Here, if they have 2, they're making plus 110. If they go to the 3 level, maybe they go down. Right? Always better to get plus 50 or plus 100 since they're vulnerable than to get negative 110. That's in our favor. Right? If we bid again, right, 3 clubs, there's a chance that we buy it for 3 clubs and make. And now we're making 110, 130, right? 110 or 130, and even better, right? Now that will come up big for us, because now instead of going down negative 110, we're actually making 240 or something, right? The only problem, and in playing match points, this is sort of a no-brainer, right? Because that 10-point difference, right? If they're making 110 and we can go down 2 undoubled, that's a negative 100, right? That 10-point difference between negative 110 and negative 100 is huge at match points, right? That could be a top, right? So you can't let them play. Playing imps, it's a little bit different. There's a little bit more of a risk. One, first of all, because if you're vulnerable instead of not vulnerable, there's a chance you're going to rack up a store. It's easier to get to negative 200, right? You never want to get to negative 200. You're never beating a part score, on the other hand, if you're at a negative 200, right? Never beating 140, never beating 170, if you're going to go down to. So when you're vulnerable, it's a harder choice. But here, at imps, not vulnerable, you're still thinking there's a chance I can really improve my lot in life by taking 1 more bid. And we have it. Now, what do you take? What bid do you take? Well, you don't take the diamonds, okay? It's too strong of a bid. Could you double? Maybe, but if they bid, and maybe they bid diamonds and you're happy in diamonds. But I think given you have 6 clubs, your safety is in the pretty much sure knowledge that we have a club fit. How do we know that? Well, if they have a spade fit, just some math that I'm unable to explain suggests that we have a fit somewhere too. And since we have 6, we're pretty confident we're going to have a club fit. So take the clubs, they pass, you buy 3 clubs. Okay, so how can this go bad? If they were making 110, right, the only bad thing you can do is go down 3. You can go down 2, right? Of course, we don't want to go down 2. We really want to turn this hand from them making 110 to us making making something, right? So we're in great shape if instead of losing to 110, right, a negative 110, if we can make a positive 110 or a positive 130, now we've made ourselves a good swing at imps. Love the jack of diamonds. Frankly, it doesn't matter. We have the 10. But it will give us a shot here to try to set up our heart winner right away. I'm gonna lose a heart, but I think I'd take this right now. We have the spade loser here. There's really nothing we can do about it because there's just no place to put it. Can't set it up. Can't pitch away enough spades, so we're going to lose a spade. And now we are at the point where we will knock out some trump, cash our ace, king, queen of diamonds, and be in great shape. Only risk here is if there's a diamond ruff. But that didn't come up, and given the auction, I'm not sure it would have. It's possible that Self had a lot of diamonds. But now it's good. We can make an over trick, right? Now board 6 is, I found this first bid by North to be really interesting. I think we have a knee-jerk reaction to bid here. But we need to really be mindful of what two clubs shows and what it would mean for us to bid two no trump here, right? Because that's the only bid we have, is two no trump. It's just a little too strong. It's just a little too strong of a bid. You're not under obligation to bid here, and if you have 9 points and this overcall with two clubs was made with 11 points, you're really not going to want to be in three no trump. Right, which unfortunately is possible if South is around 10 or 11, 12 points. He may just go to three no trump, and it's up in the air whether you can make it or not. So, despite all, I mean, this two clubs should have 6. It should be it should be at least 10 points. And the wise move here is just to pass. If you have more, right? If South has more, you might get another bid. Now, when there's a double by East and then 3 clubs by South, now you're thinking, okay, my partner has a pretty good hand, right? And the robot's here showing 14, 19 points. And now 3 no trump starts to look like a doable thing, right? 2 no trump shows probably an invitational hand. It's an invite. If we bid 2 no trump back here, it's an invitational bid, right? More than the constructive values you have here. But when he shows the 3 clubs, now you know that we have a good fit. He may even have 7 clubs, right? And so we can bid 3 no trump, and now it's showing less than 10 points. It's kind of interesting. The robot would have played my 2 no trump bid as showing an invitational hand. I don't have that, right? Now, he would have gone to 3 no trump and accepted the invitation, obviously, right, with 13 points, right? He's going to bid, he's going to take a shot. But here, so we would have been fine. In fact, one pair got to 3 no trump, and that's what happened. They bid 2 no trump. But that 2 no trump bid by North on his first bid should be a stronger hand. What happens here is obviously, you know, we're in great shape. We have the king of diamonds to get back up after we take a club finesse. Only danger suit is in spades, and there is a danger, right, that they're going to switch to spades there, but fortunately the ace of hearts seems to be sitting in East, right? So now we crumb down we come down to our ace of diamonds, and we take a finesse, can't really afford to hope for we gotta hope for the king to drop. When it does, life is good. Now we can pitch our spades and everything will work out just fine. So it's our last auction. Maybe not quite as curious. I think it was difficult, though. Maybe I'm not seeing the difficulty as much, but I'm going to go with the idea that people had a hard time bidding this because it's a 3 no trump contract. We have 14 points. We have stiff and hearts, and I think that's the problem that we run into with people. We don't have enough to reverse from clubs to diamonds, right? Because we don't have, 17 plus points, right? So we're kind of in this no man's land where it almost feels like it should be a 1 no trump opener, but you'll be a sad man if you happen to get a transfer to 5 small hearts after opening 1 no trump. So you gotta open a club, but in our head, right, we're thinking this is really a no trump hand. And what we're looking for is a chance to bid no trump, and that's what we get right here, okay? So our partner bids hearts. We're not forced to bid, right? No, because the robot calls it a free bid, and generally this means that it's 7 or 8 points, and it's definitely forcing in this situation. So we'll go ahead and try 1 no trump. He's probably got hearts and something else with any luck, and when he bids 3 no trump, we're fine. So this is a fairly simple auction if you just come to terms with the nature of your hand, that it feels a lot like a no trump opener, except for the fact it's 1 point short, which having 5 might make up for, and there's the danger of a heart transfer. So now you just have to bring it home with 9 tricks. Might be able to get more if the club finesse is on. Definitely want to take your spade trick here. If you duck this, there's no guarantee he doesn't switch to diamonds. If he switches to diamonds, you'll want to try for the queen, right? because you need to save that ace of diamonds to take the club finesses. So it's just a little, or more importantly, to get back to your hearts, right? And so if it goes to diamonds and then they lead back through your spades, now you're not going to get two spade tricks. So you got to take the spade trick here. If you're going to duck a spade, you got to do it on the next one, right? So now we're going to take advantage of the hearts to go over, leaving a heart stopper there, which we can reach with the diamond. And now we try the club finesse. And the clubs lose. All right. And now the spade comes back. This is the one you could duck, right? If you wanted to. If they lead a diamond here, you know, I'm not sure that there's ever a chance that you really are going to get the queen of diamonds. But at least this would be your opportunity to have a chance. You're protected in all the other suits. And now you're taking a shot at an over trick really safely, right? You can always get back to your to the king of hearts, which you need to cash. With this ace of diamonds, they do you the favor of leading it. That's 8 diamonds. All right, you're going to want to keep a track on that. We got 2. That means there are 3 left, right? If we see 3 discards, and I think it's the 9 or 10 that's out. Didn't really pay attention. Right? So we have a threat card left, but I don't think anybody, you know, the hearts are now, let's see, that's 2 rounds of hearts, which was 7 hearts, 8, 9, 10. There's 3 left there. Not going to be able to set that up. And we do have 2 leads back to the clubs. But the diamonds are exposed, so we just can't do it. Instead, we cash out our clubs and think that's happy if there's bad discarding by the opponents, meaning they throw away 3 diamonds. Then we say hooray, right? There's 1. There's 2, so somebody's got to keep a high diamond. They have to be confused and think that they needed to save hearts or something. I don't know. It's just not going to happen. Anyways, 9 tricks, fairly straightforward, but again, the point of the hand for us is that auction.